Mother's Pride 2026. This is a comedy drama. It's set in rural England. It turns out to be within Somerset. They mention Minehead to Mendip, both Somerset places, and then later that it is a Somerset village where there's a couple of pubs, and one is one of those trendy gastro pubs, I guess. The other is an old-fashioned type of pub, and the gastro pub is winning awards, and the pub that's the feature of this film is failing quite drastically, running into big trouble. They get a couple visiting who are cyclists who review review their, ambience and beer and something to eat, and the, um, Martin Cluner's character, he's like the main one, the pub landlord, he's quite grumpy, quite grouchy, quite, um, doesn't like cyclists anyway, but, um, his surly temperament, causes them to, um, be quite put off, although they still stay for, a meal, but then give a really bad review, and, um, then, um, the prodigal son returns. That's, this, so Martin Cluner's um, character is, Mick, I think his name is. Um, his son returned. He's a pop star. There's another son who's stayed at home all the time. So James Butley, plays the son who is in the village, and he helps run this Morris dancing troupe, and there's quite a lot of humour concerning that. Um, now there are quite a few jokes, and quite a few of them appear in the trailer, so it's almost like, it certainly gives a good feel of what the film is like. The joke, well, it's one that many people have heard. It's about, well, apparently it's a quote attributed to Thomas Beecham, that's try anything in life except, well, one of the things is Morris dancing. Um, so yeah, watch the trailer, you get a good idea of what the film is like, because it's kind of, fairly predictable, I would say. Lots, of stuff feels a bit tame. I mean, the humour's okay, but it's just right. I've seen this before, I've heard this before. There's like bees, because they're using honey for something. Course, you know it's um, gonna result in a catastrophe. There's all these things that you can see a mile off as they're coming. It's still funny, but, part of the humour is, I think humour can really depend on surprise, and a lot of the surprise is weakened in this, unfortunately. Um, and the reason for the title, Mother's Pride, is because the mother's no longer there, and so it's kind of tribute to her. If they can get this pub back on form, back on track, and actually enter it into a competition. Sort of Camera does these Campaign for Real Ale does these, competitions, and both these rival pubs from this village have a go at, um, trying to, um, get the prize. I mean, that's also clear. I mean, there's again sort of things like just in time racing, that sort of thing of trying to get to the venue in London, being a bit lost and all those sort of things. They go on a horse-drawn carriage. Yeah, there's quite a lot of things that you think, all right. I have seen a lot of stuff similar to this, but it is okay. It's just sort of like it's a real. I'd say 7 out of 10. It's that kind of humor that is you can chuckle a bit. It's nothing significant to write home about. Um, the the prodigal son who returns, he's like has been a rock star. He gets a possible love interest in the village, of course. I mean, he's you know, there's all this sort of stuff. I mean, in a way, I think I preferred um, the James Butley's character just a little bit, but even so, the thing I probably liked most of all was the update of Morris dancing to Disco Morris. Again, features in the trailer, but that actually they had 70s music, so Daddy Cool and all those sort of 70s tune done to Morris dancing. And I think Morris dancing is something I don't particularly like, but at least having music that I like from the 70s appeals. I mean, any era disco, Disco Morris, and if they upgraded it to Morris Rave and all the more recent disco, I don't know, Morris hip hop, that would be great as well, I think. But it's just these guys with these white handkerchiefs, and it's like, what are they doing? I don't know. It just doesn't appeal to me. So anyway, I'll give it 7 out of 10. Light banter, rivalry, jokes that are okay, but nothing particularly special. It was it's something to watch if you haven't got anything better to do, really. I'll give it that. Um, yeah, that's about it. You know, fairly reasonable acting, but um, I'd love to know if you've got different thoughts or if similar thoughts. Please like if you like this review. Thanks if you subscribe. Please hit the notification button. And I mentioned another film that you may um, like as an alternative, as another film review that's got a similar theme. So I'll put that in the one I mentioned earlier. I'll put in the comments as well. So, but thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon. Bye for now.